Hey guys, Crypto Sunday and a very slight down week, about 2%, 4,000 quid. Bitcoin seems to have sort of gone into a very, very tight range, so expecting something big to happen shortly. Wondering if this is the Ethereum hard fork coming up. Just looking at the news, so we've got the Ethereum hard fork, I believe, on Wednesday about midnight. And yeah, from the looks of it, people are potentially going to unstake and sell because a lot of them are down. So look at this chart. This is the price of when basically everyone staked. So the green bars are people that staked that would now be in profit, and the sort of pink bars are people that staked that would now be in a loss. And they're saying the majority of staked is underwater. I'm not entirely sure I would say that. There's some quite big bars here at sort of 600, quite a big 1.6 million ETH bar at sort of 1600. So yeah, a bit of a mixed bag, but there's quite a lot here of people that are sort of over 50% down, and yeah, they may not be sort of die-hard holders. They were just people that bought and were told staking is a good thing, so they did it. Maybe didn't realise that they couldn't get it out for quite such a long time, and yeah, as soon as it comes out, they'll want to cut their losses and sell. So there is potential for new sort of money coming into this because people will be happier that they can stake and unstake whenever they want. But yeah, certainly potential for sort of a fair bit of selling. So be interesting to see what happens. I expect that is part of the reason it's in a bit of a range at the moment, just waiting for that to go successfully. This was funny. All the Doge people sort of getting really excited about Twitter changing their logo to the Doge logo, and they've now taken it off. It was just a little temporary thing. Dogecoin sort of blew up 20% in less than an hour, and has sort of largely fallen back now. The sort of Doge community seem to put a huge amount of faith in Elon Musk, and he's sort of essentially the bull case for the whole token, that either he'll sort of push it as a currency of the world, or he'll integrate it into Twitter for payments and all sorts. I can't really see it, to be honest. It's got a larger market cap than some sort of major layer 1 tokens and sort of huge projects, sort of Chainlink, Uniswap and all that sort of thing. So yeah, not for me, but people got a bit of a sort of pump and dump. Speaking of Uniswap, they have been battling Coinbase recently. So when you had the DPEG, the USDC DPEG, Uniswap saw a huge spike in volume, and sort of since then it's come back down again, but they certainly trade blows with Coinbase, so it's good to see as a sort of a decentralized exchange, getting away from sort of the large companies. And yeah, I would say overall that's a good thing. There aren't a lot of other DEXs of sort of note really of this size, although some are growing. People do still say the sort of user interface needs to improve, so your gran can sort of use Uniswap. Can't see that happening anytime soon, but it's good to see sort of some projects at least doing well. This I thought was a sort of fairly humble and positive admission by the Treasury, not something I was expecting them to say. That sort of while DeFi and crypto is used for sort of various crimes, ransomware, thieves and scammers and other criminals, that those people generally still prefer fiat. So I expect this is something that they do know, behind closed doors, but I wasn't expecting that that is something that they would come out and say. They're sort of still talking about physical cash and sort of prepaid credit cards and debit cards and that sort of thing, and sort of bank transfers through shell companies for sort of larger transactions. And yeah, they're sort of saying, there are things like Tornado Cash and mixers and stuff that they want to crack down on. I guess that's not the worst thing. But yeah, I thought it was quite nice for them to still sort of admit that, the majority of it does still go on in cash. But companies still looking to get away from the US. Circle, they're not moving their headquarters. I've sort of seemed to see some people saying they're moving their headquarters to Paris. That doesn't seem to be the case. They're just ramping up a European office and operations because of the EU's new MiCA law, the relatively positive and surprising crypto regulations seem to be sort of reasonably pro-crypto, even though I believe the IMF and sort of Bank of International Settlement and the US are trying to get everyone in the world to sort of take a stance against it. The EU sort of seem to come out largely in favour with sort of wanting to crack down on crime and that sort of thing, which fair enough. So Circle have set up an operation in Paris as sort of the EU headquarters. And they're pushing on with a stable coin, so EUROC. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, but yeah, that should be interesting if sort of Europeans and non-US, I guess, put any volume into EUROC as opposed to USDC. I think people sort of generally prefer things backed by the dollar. Whether EUROC will be backed purely by sort of euro bonds and that sort of thing remains to be seen. But yeah, they're certainly looking to sort of go international. And a bit of fun at the end, can't beat a bit of fun. So people have noticed that for some reason Apple include a copy of the Bitcoin white paper hidden within Mac OS, and this has been happening since 2018, sort of leading some people to say that Steve Jobs was Satoshi, and of course is now passed on. Died about 12 years ago, I think. But yeah, for some reason in 2018 now you can find a hidden copy of the Bitcoin white paper by sort of just doing a short command on Mac OS. And someone asked Craig Wright, the supposed or self-proclaimed Satoshi, even though he sort of said he's stopped trying to get the world to believe that it is him, but he is still suing people, trying to get supposedly his Bitcoin back. Somebody said, Apple are in breach of copyright. What say you? And he said yes. So he still counts the whole of Bitcoin as his, and this is, again, leading people to say that he's going to sue Apple. Can't imagine that. All he's done is say yes on Twitter. But, yeah, I just thought that was funny. And his little pointless fork of Bitcoin SV, or Satoshi's Vision, has been sort of delisted from a lot of exchanges and is largely dying, as I understand. So, yeah, good riddance. But I do like to keep up with the little memes of him. So coins for the week, Bitcoin down 2.3%, but Ethereum in the green, 0.38%. So my switch of a small amount of Bitcoin for sort of tax reasons into Ethereum so far has gone quite well. I'm not holding my breath, as I say. The fork coming this week could sort of bring a large drop for Ethereum, and I'll be eating my words, but this was sort of something I was happy to do for the long term, and sort of later on in the bull market I can't see myself switching too much Bitcoin for Ethereum. So yeah, even if it drops short term but gains long term, then I'll be happy with that. So yeah, a bit of a green for Ethereum. Solana down 6%. That's not doing too well, considering buying a little bit more. Probably consider me mad. It's sort of the only one that I'm consistently putting money into, but I do still like it. My NFTs aren't doing quite so well. Cardano 0.85% down, so that's not too bad. sort of nearly in line with Ethereum. Chainlink, 5.6% down. It's not doing too well. XRP, 2.7% down. Audius in the green, although it's been up and down all over the place recently, but 2% in the green. So it's actually the best performer of the week. Obviously everything else largely down. Matic down 2.3%. Gala 5.7% down. Quant 6.5%. That doesn't normally go down quite that much. Power Ledger 2.3%. Basic Attention Token 6.9% down. VeChain is almost exactly flat. Internet Computer 7.5% down. So yeah, that's the tokens for the week. It's not too much down, and yeah, wonder if this is just consolidating, waiting for an up move, or if we are gonna sort of get the whole market hit by the Ethereum hard fork or something else. But yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments below if you're buying anything, if you're interested, and like and subscribe. See you soon.